What's up, guys? We're doing a review on the Thermal Vision Fugitive Predator made by Neca. This is a Target exclusive. If I'm not wrong, this is the first Target exclusive they've done. Really cool looking box art with the poster from the movie. And yeah, this one already in package seems like there's some issues. The head is off. I'm hoping it's just a ball joint that it's off of and that it's not actually broken. And it looks like it's missing the plasma caster. It might be in there somewhere, but yeah, so we'll find out in a sec what's up with that once we get this guy open. Alright, so we got him out of the box. There's good news and bad news. The head's not broken or anything. It was just off the ball joint, so that's on, no problem. Bad news is the plasma caster is not broken, but it's missing the pin piece that would go in between the piece on the shoulder and the actual plasma caster itself. But it does rest on there just fine for now, I guess. It's a really great looking piece. There are a few flaws though, or at least just things I think they could have done better. One is the back is completely barren, and I understand why they did that. It's just cost effective because really no one's gonna display him like that, but it would have been nice to see a full figure like that with just a paint job all around. And another thing that's really annoying is the wrist blades. They, again, just like the back, they only did one side. The back is more forgivable, but to me this is kind of really annoying because if you're gonna have them in a pose where, like, let's say the hands up, that just looks like really obvious that it's just not painted at all. They could have at least maybe done the bottom of the arms or something. So yeah, I just want to show you guys some more of the detail up close. They did a really good job with the whole thermal vision look. Looks just like the poster. Really awesome. I'm sure if you have the Dutch that's thermal vision, or even the alien that they released, they would look really cool next to those. I'm just gonna take this off for now because it keeps falling off. Yeah, sculpt is all there. Same exact sculpt as the one before the first release of the Fugitive. But yeah, and one other thing that's kind of annoying is the price point and what you're getting out of it. What I mean by that is the accessories we got on the regular release were much more, and price was pretty much the same as this. This guy, all we really get are the wrist blades, and that's really it. With the other Fugitive, we got interchangeable arms, and the interchangeable head sculpt. I feel like at least they could have given us the open splayed out hands to switch out with these ones here. That would have been a decent accessory, at least, if you're not going to give us the additional head sculpt. But it's still a really cool piece. So for articulation, he has pretty good range of movement. His head gets a decent amount of pivot, can look up that much, down that much. Arms can go all the way out to almost 90. Not quite though. This one goes up a little bit more. And can go forward, back. The shoulder pieces are just glued onto the neck piece, so they kind of get out of the way. Oh yeah, so they're glued on. That one just came up a little bit. Yeah, and then his elbows are double jointed. Allows for pretty good range. Also swivels at the top of the elbow and at the bottom of the elbow for a good wrist swivel or forearm swivel. And then his wrist is also on a swivel with a hinge that goes up and down. These wrist blades, if you're planning on posing him with it, just put him in there and never take him out because this is the biggest pain in the ass ever. And then he has waist joints, ball joints at the top and bottom of the waist, allowing for really good range. All the way across, back that much, forward that much. And then at the legs, he has thigh swivel, goes really far out. He can do the splits. It's really good range. And these pieces are separate, so they slide back and forth a little bit. And he can go forward all the way up to here, and then back to there. Or yeah, around there. And has a double jointed knee with rotation at the top of the knee. And then ankles also swivel, and they're on a ball joint, so you can get a little bit of pivot out of it. So overall, really good range. You can get this guy in almost any kind of pose you really need. Really dynamic looking figure, just looks awesome. Let me tuck this piece back in. But yeah, I think this is a definite must buy for any Predator fan. Oh yeah, and also the plasma caster hits. If it was attached, it's on a hinge at the bottom, hinge up here, and it's on a ball joint that also swivels. So yeah, and that's that. Alright, so we're gonna do some size comparisons now. First, I want to show you guys what he looks like next to the original Fugitive release. These two look pretty good next to each other. That look really awesome. Yeah, see, I really wish they could have put some sort of paint on back there, because they do it every other figure, so it's not like we're not used to them doing backs of figures. But yeah. And here he is next to some other Neca Predator figures that were recently released. It's the 2-pack Bad Blood Predator and Enforcer. And here he is next to some other just different lines of figures. There's a Revoltech Ted figure and SH Figure Arts Ant-Man figure. So overall, the figure is really excellent. The paint job is really well done. The sculpt is awesome. Minor issues here and there. Honestly, I feel like the whole paint not being on the back of the figure is kind of dumb. They should have really went and the extra mile and did that. I'm pretty sure it was really cheap making this figure, because the mold already exists. They just casted it in one color and just put a bunch of thermal paint on it. It really didn't matter where it went. One really good thing about the figure is, since there is that lack of paint, there really isn't any frozen joints on this thing at all. I didn't experience anything like that like we always do with every other Predator figure, so that's a big plus. There's no fear of breaking any joints, honestly. One minor for mine was obviously not having the pin in the shoulder cannon, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure I can fix it somehow. Right now, I'm sure we're all feeling the same stress about this figure, trying to find it, because it's impossible. Feels like Target doesn't have it in stock or anything. The DPCI on this figure, for some reason, and a lot of other NECA figures, is not accurate. It might say it's out of stock when it's in stock and they have it in the back, or it's just not shelved the proper way, or it's in a different location or whatever. But keep hitting your Target stores, because it still says out of stock, but I found this guy at one randomly just after trying a few stores out. So just keep going and asking them. Don't be an asshole, just be nice. The DPCI number, it's 323-070225 if you're trying to get him. It might work. You can try to give them that, see if they can find it. No word from NECA if there's going to be a re-release on this guy. I really hope there is, so everyone can try to get one. If you're debating on getting the figure, it's really up to you. The paint job was enough for me to buy it, and I personally hate the movie, and I'm sure a lot of people do, but this is something that I hope NECA will integrate with older molds. I would really love to see a Predator 1 figure in this same color or same casting, where it's translucent blue doing a thermal vision. I think that would be amazing, and honestly, I'd probably get rid of this one and buy that if they end up doing something like that. But yeah, it looks really good. It's a really awesome looking piece. I'd recommend it to any other Predator fan. Yeah, try to go get one for yourself. Hopefully it becomes more available soon to everyone. But yeah, good luck hunting this guy down.